Hello everyone, Straw Hat here. In today's video, I will go in depth on the best and worst ways to grind faction points and help your team win. Without any delay, let's get started. The first way to grind faction points is by doing story mode, specifically Nightmare mode, Conch a Act 1. This way of grinding faction coins is really easy and suitable for new players as you get 5 faction points per game. Each game should take around 1 to 3 minutes, depending on your game speed. The only downside to this way of grinding is the repetitiveness, but other than that, story mode is a really beginner-friendly and fast way of getting some faction points. The next way to grind faction points is doing challenges. This technique is suitable for more experienced players with good units and rewards: 5 faction points for hard, 10 faction points for Nightmare, and 15 faction points for Davy Jones' Locker. I wouldn't recommend this technique if you do not have good units to beat challenges unless you get carried by pros. The next way to grind faction points is by doing Endless. This technique gives you 3 faction points per 15 waves, which isn't better than story mode, but eventually rewards more over time the longer you do Endless. Doing Endless is a beginner-friendly way to grind the points, but 5x game speed will be your best friend in this situation, so it's best to find someone that can help you in Endless with 5x speed, or just get the 5x speed game pass. The next way to get faction points is by simply going AFK. This is probably one of the best ways to grind the faction points, especially if you're offline, as you can simply AFK overnight. This method rewards 50 faction points every 15 minutes, 12 if you have Ultra VIP. This method is very simple, and it doesn't matter if you have bad units, because AFK grinding is free. The next method, and the method I would not recommend, is doing raids. Raids take very long to complete even with 5 times game speed, and by the time you complete a raid, you could have racked up more faction points doing other methods. Even worse, raids are not beginner-friendly, and if you are a beginner, you might be absolutely cooked trying to do a raid alone. Though they reward a decent amount of faction points, it's not the best way to get more faction points over time.